What's up everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about my current shoe rotation. We're going to go straight into it with the pair I wore in my last game. No big surprise there, it's still the Book 1 Sunrise. We got a big win, 1 seed versus 2 seed in the other conference, and we came out on top. But I'm actually thinking about switching them up. I've been wearing them for a lot of games and they're just starting to not fall apart, but the materials are getting a little bit too soft. Containment doesn't feel as good anymore. So I'm thinking maybe I'm going to switch it up. So definitely let me know which of the other pairs that are in my rotation you'd like to see in my upcoming game next Sunday. For the performance, very quickly, as I talked about it a lot already, really good traction performance. Cushioning setup is my favorite thing about them. Really big and thick, soft air zoom unit in the heel with Cushioning 3.0 throughout the rest of the outsole. Good impact protection in the heel, low to the ground in the forefoot. The materials I like especially on this colorway, also on the Sunrise colorway, on the Sunset, my bad, because they are not leather, they're just a mesh upper, very lightweight and break in nicely and quickly. And the support features are also good, as long as the shoe hasn't been worn too much, which is kind of starting to be the case with this pair right here. Enough said on the Book 1, let's move on to the next pair in my rotation. They actually just arrived today, and it's the Nike Ja 2 in the Valentine's Day colorway or Hard Ice colorway. Such a beautiful colorway in my opinion. Looks really cool. When I first saw them, I didn't like this cut that they have because I thought it looks weird that the two colors on the upper just cut right through in kind of weird, not straight line. But in hand, they look absolutely amazing. I really love the details, especially here in the heel area. What I don't like about them as much is the crazy narrow fit. That is why the paper is still in there in the shoe. I'm just trying to widen them out. You can see I tried to put it here where my foot is wide. That's something I can recommend to you as well if you want to break them in more quickly. And I was also wearing them throughout my apartment today just to get my feet used to them and to get them used to my feet. For performance, traction performance is really damn good. Also on dusty accords, one of the best setups. Sadly, not the most durable. Cushioning setup is very minimal. Similar to the Book 1s in having a nice and soft heel, even though there's no zoom unit in there. We have it in the forefoot, but in my opinion, you can really feel it in the forefoot. The heel is just foam, but it feels relatively soft, but doesn't have the best impact protection, sadly. The materials are nothing special, kind of look a bit cheap as well, but because they're only made up of mesh, they break in very quickly and I can actually get my wide feet in there, even though the fit of the shoe is crazy narrow, as I said before. Support is also not as good as on the Ja 1 anymore, which is a bummer, but at least they're not as stiff anymore and the break-in doesn't take as long. Let's move on to the next pair. This pair actually only arrived a couple of days ago after being stuck in customs for ages. So big shout out to the people at Equals for sending them over. It's the 360 from Equals. By the way, if you're wondering where all the other shoes are from in this video, I get most of my shoes from Kicks, and you can find an affiliate link in the description box down below, or just use the code Lucas for a discount. Back to the Equals 360s. Really interesting looking pair, as you can see, very unconventional. The outsole kind of reminds me of the Kobe 9 outsole, as we have this kind of footprint outsole. They feel very comfortable for my wide midfoot, which is always a nice thing, but I've only worn them inside my apartment so far, so I can't speak much on performance yet. Traction performance feels very solid on my apartment floors. The cushioning feels a little bit stiff, so I'm not too sure what it's going to be like on court. I'm also going to need to look into the tech specs a little bit more. The upper is, well, unconventional for sure, but actually also pretty soft, as you can see, especially here, this mesh part. The outer layers are reinforced. It's a little bit tough to put them on because of this elastic collar here that goes so high up, and I can't really say anything on support yet. Just if we check the flex test, there's hardly any forefoot flex and the midfoot is crazy stable, which I like a lot already. So I think I'm definitely going to enjoy these on court. Next up are 3 pairs from Puma, and before we talk about them, I'd just like you to subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed the video. Also leave a like and comment your shoe rotation, would really appreciate it and would help me out a lot. Now to the 3 Puma pairs. First one is the All Pro Nitro Elite. Puma fam sent all 3 pairs over, so a big shout out goes to them as well. And if you know, you know, these are amazing performance, but they are crazy expensive as they retail for 250 euros or dollars. You get a crazy nice full length nitrofoam drop-in midsole with a carbon plate. So really the best of the best tech-wise, but the price is still crazy expensive. A nice thing is that the traction performance compared to the regular All Pro Nitro is very good. Even though here this is a slightly translucent pair. Also, I have another pair which is a bit more of a solid rubber outsole, and it's also good because that was a big issue on the All Pro Nitro, the regular one. The materials are a little bit thick and the shoe is relatively bottom heavy, kind of like the Stewie 3, but not as bad. And one Other very nice thing about them is that the fit is extremely wide foot friendly. For a drop-in midsole shoe, probably the best fitting drop-in midsole shoe for wide footers on the market. And the next two pairs are actually the regular All Pro Nitro. We have this colorway right here. Looks absolutely amazing. Just a Van Gogh painting on a shoe. So cool on foot, also while hooping with them in my opinion. And then we have this nice pink colorway. I might even like this one a little bit better. Just all one color. And then we have a crazy nice insole on them as well. Looks really cool. And both, or just the All Pro Nitro in general, a very good performer. The issue with them is, I mentioned it a little bit already, the solid rubber outsole pairs just have terrible traction performance. They pick up so much dust, which is a shame because the translucent pairs have really good performance and the shoe itself is insanely comfortable. We also have a nitrofoam, full slab of nitrofoam cushioning. Very soft, very comfortable. Stepping comfort is also off the charts. The materials are soft, they're padded, they don't need a lot of time to break in. So overall, a really nice shoe, but it gets a lot of hate because of the bad traction performance and a lot of people just stay away from it and they don't know that the translucent outsole pairs just work very well too. They work outdoors in my opinion because the cushioning setup is so good. So if you need a pair for outdoors, you can even take the solid rubber pairs because it doesn't matter that much anyways on an outdoor court. And the last thing I need to talk about is the support feature of the shoe. It's also pretty damn good in my opinion. The lockdown works very well. You have those extra like kind of flywire like cables here on the side that keep you locked in. And we have a TPU shank plate as you can see. Also a nice heel counter. So overall, very supportive, comfortable, good cushioned shoe. Just be aware of the issues with the traction performance. Next up is an older pair that's moved back into the rotation, the Nike Sabrina 2. I've been wearing them a lot this week simply because they are insanely comfortable and sometimes because I have so many shoes and I really tend to focus on newer shoes, I sometimes forget how much I like certain pairs, and that definitely happened with the Sabrina 2. Because the fit is amazing for wide feet, they're very comfortable, you're nice and low to the ground, which I really like for like a shoot around or shooting workout. Just need that court feel, especially in the forefoot, and the Sabrina 2 just provides that. You still have decent lockdown, it's not the best, that's actually probably the main reason why they fell out of the rotation. And maybe also because I played with them in my first game for my new club and we lost, and I know it's not the shoe's fault, but sometimes that just gets into my head and I just try to switch it up with another pair, which has been the Book 1 Sunrise, and I've been playing very well with them and we've been winning games. So maybe it was the shoes, who knows? Are you like that too? Just let me know in the comment section down below. For the rest of the performance, the materials are nothing special, but they get the job done. And the cushioning setup, I mentioned it already a little bit. We have an air zoom unit in the forefoot, but you can't really feel it that much. The one thing that I don't like is, as I said, the support, they flex a bit too much in my opinion, also when I'm trying to twist them. So I sometimes do like to throw some insoles in there. For example, the Victory insoles, they really add a lot of torsional support. That's pretty much it already for the Sabrina 2s. Let's move on to the next shoe in my rotation. The Harden 9 is an amazing looking shoe and they fit me way better than the Harden Volume 8. So they are also definitely going to stay in the rotation for a while. I just kept them towards the end of this video because I posted a lot of videos, or actually 2 full-length reviews, which is a lot for my channel, on the Harden 9 already. So make sure to check those out if you're interested in their performance. I'll keep it short. Good traction performance. Pretty much the same exact cushioning setup as on the 8s and on the 7s, or at least it feels almost the same. Support features are very good, no issues there. And the materials do need some time to break in, but they break in and then they're pretty nice actually on foot as well. And as I said already, the fit is way better for wide midfooters like me. One thing for the materials, if you don't like creases, maybe stay away from these because they crease like crazy. I don't mind it as much because that's what shoes are for. But just a heads up if you care about that type of thing. Now for the last pair, I broke out another older pair. And the reason why is actually rather special, as I was wearing the Book 1 in the Halloween colorway. I know I said enough for the Book 1, but I just had to throw that pair in there because I was able to surprise a teammate with a free pair of Book 1s in the white Nightmare Before Christmas colorway, courtesy of Kicks. They still had some in stock and gave me the chance to give them away. And my teammate absolutely loves the Book 1, just he likes them as much as I do. So I thought I'll surprise him, and then I wore this pair to practice and surprised him with the newer pair after practice, or with his new pair after practice. And I just wanted to show off that these would actually make for a crazy nice mismatch as well, the black and white colorway. But instead of getting them for myself, I decided to be generous for once and give them to my teammate. With that being said, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Just another reminder to subscribe to my channel if you liked it. Also like this video and comment your thoughts on my rotation. Have a good one and see you next time.